actually ran all the way back from Pavilion back home quickly because I found something I don't think I'll find there. Now, to give you a bit of a backstory, yesterday I did a whole bunch of pre-recordings for an alternative to the NES Mini because, well, guess what? The NES Mini is hard to find in South Africa. Very, very hard to find. And unfortunately, okay, I shot all of that. They're all done. They're ready to go. I've scheduled them to upload. So today I was at Pavilion and I was doing my normal walkabout, looking at game and those places for cheap things, when I found something very interesting. I walked into Music Car, a guy had an NES Mini. He was on the phone to one of the people that pre-ordered, and he's like, yeah, it doesn't take external cartridges, just has the games in there. So I saw this and I was looking at the guy and I waited for him to finish, and I'm like, oh, do you have any NES Minis to sell? And the guy's like, yeah, we had 2 cancelled pre-orders. This one that you had on the phone, which the box is open, and another one that the person didn't come in to buy it. So I immediately asked me if I can buy one. I quickly ran up to Clicks because he told me there's a R100 discount if you have a Clicks Club card. Ran down, purchased one, and here it is. NES Mini. So I don't know what's in here. I literally just now came back with it. So this box has a few scratches and things, but it's negligible considering. Let me show you quickly how it looks. Now this part of the thing is going to be pre-recorded, unfortunately. Not much we can do about that. So here's the box. What I can do is, let me put it up like that. So here's the box. It has, the corner is a little bit gone and it has a scratch through. So I don't know what's in here or how this even looks because I've been holding it off for a little while. So let's open that up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use OBS and do a live stream quickly of this. Just literally, this is the first impressions because I've never had one. It's that. So you get the manual. I'm not going to show you the back of it because it probably has a, yeah, it has a Nintendo code. Club Nintendo. Should probably join that someday. The NES Mini. Comes with one controller. Sorry, I know this is probably backlit, but hey, what can you do? This is first impressions as it comes. HDMI cable, USB cable, no charger, which is yeah, that's Nintendo. I've got a theory behind that. In South Africa, if you have something that's 220 volts, you have to have it approved. And I know there's similar laws and stuff in America. Let me push you back here. You should be able to see me if I put it about there. So I know there's similar laws and things in America that prevents you from registering or distributing things. If it's 220 volts, if you're selling it, you need to get it certified and stuff. So I've got a theory. I don't think it's that they're saving money so much on the charges because they can always push the price up somewhat. But they save time on getting the product to the market because you don't have to register it, because it doesn't have a charger that needs to be registered. So first up, let's have a look quickly at this controller. See now I'm frontlit, you guys can see better. And there it is. Let's give that a quick feel. Oh man, that's very, very good. It's what I expect a NES controller to feel like, exactly. Or brand new NES controller with new pads. I think the pads are actually identical to the ones in the Famicom and NES, so you can take the little rubber pads out of these and refurbish your NES and Famicom controllers, which will be nice if these are quite cheap. I'll have to see when they arrive how much they cost in South Africa. So let's have a look and see what the console looks like. So that's what it looks like. Really good quality plastic. I like it's a nice touch, it feels nice. Doesn't open, of course. I wonder why is it everyone tries to open it? I guess that someone will eventually Dremel this, tap into the I2C bus on here and make it do something. HDMI out and 5V DC in. So normally I won't get something like this because you're locked into the games. There's only 30 games you're locked in. But Nintendo, for the Famicom Mini, I don't know about the Nes Mini, I think it's only for the Famicom Mini, released the Linux kernel that they use on this. And it's already been hacked. There's already a person that redid the kernel to boot normal Linux. So I'll say give it 2 months and this will be blown wide open. It'll either be one of two things. You'll either have a dual boot where you'll get to boot the Nintendo one and a third party one, or you'll be able to add more games to the Nintendo one. It depends on how they did this. And I've got a feeling it's going to be easier just to dual boot and do your own emulators and stuff. But this is nice quality. I like it. I don't like the branding, the HDMI at the back. I like the Nintendo in front and stuff. That's cool. Yeah, so by the time you see this, you'll probably see the live stream directly afterwards. Because what I'll do is I'll just play this as a video, because the live stream will literally be an hour or two from now as soon as I've got this set it up. I'm not even going to test it until I've got it set it up and everything. And I really like the controller. My only concern is if they do hack this, I guess you can plug in. I should actually test that. I've got a Famicom Classic, NES Classic controller. I'll plug it in and see if it works. It should do. I don't see any reason why it won't. There's some way to it. I'm impressed. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a minute or two. And we're officially live. Hello YouTube. I'm going to switch back quickly here to the dashboard so that I can see what comments you guys leave in case you guys want to ask me a question and stuff. On the audio, you'll notice that the audio when it's playing back is a bit poppy and clicky. My capture card is HDMI capture card is like 5 years old. It's really not that great. It's time for an upgrade, so you'll notice that my audio is a bit poppy and clicky. And the other thing that you'll probably be screaming at me on the screen is at the moment, this is not a Nes Mini. It certainly isn't. It's a Raspberry, it's a Orange Pi running RetroPie. And the first thing I want to do is I'm just going to grab this just as a reference so that we've got it in our heads and remember it. Do a quick comparison between this and the Nes Mini. Okay, it's a bit difficult for me because I've got two screens open, both of them streaming of course, but I'm sure I'll manage somehow. Right, let's go. I can't also hear any of the audio. I can't stream it without making it infinitely worse popping. So let me know if the levels are okay. If not, I'll quickly adjust them, but I can't hear my own audio. Bear in mind that it's through a capture card. I'm not going to be that great because there's going to be quite a big delay. I don't have this connected to a splitter. Literally, this is all improv. So this is basically what you can expect from an emulator. Okay, it looks good, colors are correct. I won't say it's the best thing ever. You can see the sprite emulation is what you expect, so it blinks a little bit if there's too many sprites on the screen, which is fine. plays good. It plays exactly like you would expect a NES game on an emulator to play. You guys can tell me what it sounds like. Just bear in mind that the clippiness and the poppiness is from the audio capture card. Some raw turkey or raw chicken. But that's basically what you can expect from it. Oh, what hit me? Invisible something hit me. So it's pretty good. Nothing wrong with it. And you can probably build one of these up. Like I said in the preview video just now, I actually did a series on this to compare the two, and it's a lot cheaper just to build one up. So let's switch over to a different game, just one more. Let's see what else is on this NES Mini. I don't want to choose something from Sony, from Nintendo, because I will get a copyright strike instantly. Mega Man's on here. I guess it also depends on what you feel like about piracy, you know. At the end of the day, if you feel like you're doing a Nintendo and by not buying the games, then that's up to you. Personally, I feel that if I'm already a collector, I can't find all of the games. Okay, I might as well just get these when they come out. I'll support Nintendo that way. But I'm still going to keep the emulator stuff. I don't normally live stream any of that anyway. Mega Man 2. Let's play the European version. Make sure you press the right button, not the back button. Terrible at Mega Man. This is so going to suck. Do you remember who to start with? Let me just take Metal Man. I was never good with Mega Man. Never. See nice smooth scaling, nothing weird. The emulator, they've got it to a point, the NES, where I think it's very close to what it should be. Don't you? Yeah, I sucked at Mega Man, still do. You see my energy bars already flickering. But you've got a basic idea now what it looks like. One thing that I can tell you is I'm 90% sure it's going to have the same sort of color palette that you found on the Wii classic games. There we go. I think that's enough of that. Let's switch over to this. I haven't even booted the thing up, so I don't know what it's going to do when I boot it up. For all I know, it's going to burst out into flames. But let's get that booted up and see how it goes. No signal. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. English. There we go. Let me just fix this quickly because I'm sure that will drive anyone insane. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stretch over it so it's only that little bit. There you go. I know what's happened there. This isn't outputting 1080p, it's more like 720. There we go. Problem solved. Haha. Okay, so let's see what we've got on here first. Balloon fight, that's cool. Bubble Bubble, Castlevania, Simon's Quest, Donkey Kong Jr., Double Dragon, Mario, Excite Bike, Final Fantasy Galaga, Ice Climber, Kid Icarus, Kirby, Mario. So there's a lot of Nintendo originals on here. That's pretty cool. So if I go up, we can change the display. Let's go here. Okay, for the test I'll probably just use that. I'll switch it over to CRT filter. I just hope that it doesn't have ghosting or something stupid like that. All I want is the scan lines basically. And then there's pixel perfect, which I probably would switch it over to first. Options. Demo mode, you can shut down. Screen burning reduction, that's cool. Language, legal notices, and manuals. Okay, so they've got the manuals for most of the games on QR code, which is kind of cool. That's kind of awesome. So, we just played Castlevania. Let's go back to Castlevania again here and give it a quick play. You can see the palette, yeah, they're using the same palette as what the Wii has, which is a more brownish palette. Which I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, I just don't like the way it looks. I love this controller. This controller is proper. I mean, it's like a brand new Famicom. Well, I keep on saying Famicom. Remember South Africa, the Famicoms, we had more the Chinese clones than the NESs. So we had the Famicoms on a chip for a very, very long time. Controls feel great, you know. I can't fault it. Screen output is interesting that they chose to do the 720p, not 180p. I don't mind, you know. It's not the end of the world. If you're not faring as great here. As what I did on the other playthrough.
The interesting thing is, yeah, you still get that flicker, pixel flicker. Not as much though. Let's get that whole chicken. Ah, dead. It hit me, yeah, it hit me. Darn. The delay on this is making it almost impossible. So I have to predict where the placement is. And this is a game that needs ultra high precision. But you guys get the idea, it's a very good emulation pack, it looks like. It's what you expect from Nintendo, they know how to do this. Still don't like the palette though, so question is, how do you get out of here to the main menu? Oh, you can't, there isn't a key combination that you can press to get back to the main menu, which that's a bit of a dilemma for me. That sucks a little bit. Well, it's delayed work plus it's delayed capture, so there's like, I'll say, there's at least 500 milliseconds delay because I'm using the capture preview to play. Normally you'll use a HDMI out. So what was the other one that we played? We played that, we played a bit of Mega Man 2. I love that it says right on there, 1 players, 2 players, that's cool. Just now I want to test the 2 players out. I actually have a classic Nintendo one which I'll unbox on video. So I want to see if that actually, the port is the same. Why shouldn't it work? Oh, you see the speed on this? It's much faster. I'm sure this is the American version, not the PAL. Come on you. I need that little bit of energy. Thank you. Yeah, it's much faster because of the 50-60 Hz thing. So how's the sound for everyone? Okay. No, I'm not splitting the TV, the signal. I should actually be splitting the HDMI into 2 parts. Sadly, I didn't have time to get that sorted out. So this is going directly into my capture card, and I'm then playing it back. Yeah, it got filled up. So there's a huge delay. My fault, you know, I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just getting impatient. And dead. I still can't believe that they didn't make a quick reset. You know, hold on, start select, and maybe press down or up. That's what I would have done. Or start select AB. That would have made it a lot better. No. I never beaten any of the Mega Man games, Dash. It's all about memorization, so it's one of the sort of things that I just didn't have the time to memorize and play like that. Okay, so I'm definitely now going for the copyright strike thing, because I'm going to try some Meteoroid and some of the other games. I just don't have monetization on. I want to see what happens. I don't think it should be too much of a problem. At the end of the day, what's the point in showing you guys this if I can't show you all the games? I never actually had many Famicom games growing up. Let's see, I had a 35 in one cartridge basically, and then there was one or two loose games, and that was it. And the 35 in one had things like Circus, Excite Bike, Mario of course. So bad games, just didn't have many. I think the older system that I actually played a lot of was the Mega Drive and the PC. So a lot of this is new territory for me. Well, newish. I played a lot of this on emulators. There we go. I think for what you're getting, this works out to about R1,000, so quite literally it's fairly priced. There we go, I died. Don't talk and play. Okay, now it works out to about $1,000. So that's the $60 that you would have normally paid in America, which is nice because that means that they're not really gouging us out for money. So what you get for that 30 games, I think it's good value for money. You can do better, you can emulate, but like I said before, that depends on the person. Not everyone likes emulation. I would definitely get one of these. I like the idea. I would like it far more if they did a SNES Mini, or later on even Xbox. Give me an Xbox Mini. Yeah, I really want an Xbox Mini. No, they can possibly do that with Atom processor, but anyway, I digress. No, I would love a SNES Mini, N64 Mini, even more. N64 should be possible, get a quad-core processor and you should be able to do it. I can't shoot down. That sucks. So yeah, quad-core processor and do like an N64 MIDI, that would be amazing. Those are the sort of games I played way more of, that I'm more nostalgic of. Really down to 17 energy. I forgot, you keep on forgetting you can't shoot down. And those things explode. Okay. So basically you have to wait for... Oh shit. Ah, there we go. No, I can't shoot you either. Yep. That's Mega Man. Oh, that's Mega Man. That's Metroid. Oh, they're taking away my geek card. So let's try something that's 2 players. Super Mario Bros. Ice Climber. Galaga. What can I do here that's quick to test? Now let's take this out first, because this would be interesting. Yeesh, I still got this thing sealed. Okay, so that's the classic controller in socket player number 2. So let's go through and play something that's 2 players. Mario Bros. And yeah, it works fine. Okay, so that... Is that like a turbo? No, it's not a turbo. Does the home button work? The home button takes you home. Okay, why can't I do it on this controller? The home button on the classic controller works. I'm sure there's a key. Yeah, there must be a key map that you can use. I just need to read the manual, you know, I was too excited to get this. Okay, so does it continue if I press the home button again? No, it doesn't take you back. It like resets it. Is there like any other combos you can do on here? Suspend points menu. Okay, so that actually works. That's kind of cool. Okay, so if you plug in a classic controller, you can play 2 players. Or you can, of course, buy another one of these, but they're not released in South Africa yet. I asked the guy and he's like, no, they didn't get released yet. Let's do some classic Super Mario Bros, shall we? Yeah, it works well. Once again, the palette for me isn't 100% correct. So this is one of the few games on here that I did actually own as a kid. The Excite Bike. I can remember Excite Bike, and you had 2 players, and the whole point of Excite Bike isn't to actually play nicely together. The first thing you do is you go into the track editor and you basically build up the worst track ever to screw your friend over. That's what Excite Bike is for. It's to build the worst track ever. It's not to play. Whatever you can do to build the worst thing where it just like completely devastates your friend. And the secret is there's small lumps that slow you down, that suck. You need to have them. You can't have them just those, because then it's repetitive and they get used to it. So you have to have those, and you have to like the sand pits in the middle. That's what Excite Bike is for. It's for screwing your friends over. That's not for playing. Down to one streamer. So let's, I've got this here. I can now officially go home quicker. So there was a save state that we can do. Let's try key combinations here. Anyway, that's interesting. So this is what it looks like in Pixel Perfect, which is what I would play it. I wouldn't even play it by 4x3 because it kind of distorts and isn't what I want to do. So let's hit the home button. That works. And I can go save. Save a state. That's awesome. I love that. So let's go here to display. Switch it over to CRT filter. Load my state. Oh no, why did they do that? So it's scan lines, okay, plus they distort the image. You see how the blocks aren't perfectly square anymore? Why did they do that? Just plain scan lines. That's all I wanted, not this. So they try to make it look like RF with scan lines, because you get the distortion and the blur and stuff. Yes, it does look right. It looks like what it'll look like on RF, on a CRT, but why did you do that? Just plain scan lines would have been freaking awesome. No idea why they did that. You find Super Mario harder than Contra? Really? Oh, okay, that's interesting. I personally suck at both, so I can get a bit further in Super Mario Bros. than Contra. Still can't figure out why they decided to go for this look. At least give us a fourth option, just plain scan lines. Because this... I know it's great for the memories. I remember playing on CRT. However that soft block thing goes. But for everything else, hey. Now I've done myself in. For everything else it sucks, you know? This doesn't look that great. I remember the first time that I figured out you can kill the cloud. It was like a moment of severe victory, and then I played further and of course it came back and I'm like, no! What did I do? Why? I killed it. Ugh. Yeah, it does look like flicker from a RF. You can see that clearly now. very bad flicker from RF. Maybe there's a ROM hack that you could actually jump over that animated sequence instead of going straight, just jump over. Missed it. Here you can do the whole up and over thing. There was a way you can actually get that, even if you... There we go. I have to get up there again. It's fine, we'll go without it. So for all intents and purposes, it's not terrible. You're watching it at 50p. It could also be that YouTube's algorithm, when you convert it, will reduce the flicker significantly. But these things get recompressed, and what they do is actually blur each frame, and then it becomes very hard to see detail when they change. I'll see if I can upload some screenshots later on of what it looks like. So I think what I'll do is I'll press home again, and I'll just press down and create a new save state. The menu is extremely intuitive. I love the menu. Okay, so what I'll do now, just for the love of it, here's what 4x3 looks like. That was close. Ah! Wait, save states! I can just do this. I can cheat. See, that never happened. See, I'm actually an awesome gamer. Four by 3 looks okay. You can see the pixels are slightly longer than they are wide. So if you have a look at the pixels there, I'll say they're about 4 wide, 2 up for instance, where they're supposed to be perfectly square. Oh, I hate these springs. This controller is brilliant. I wish I could describe it better for you guys, but it's got just enough click. If you've ever owned a NES or a Famicom original controller, don't talk and play. If you ever own a NES or Famicom original controller, by the time you normally get them, they're quite worn in, so the pads are quite soft. This one isn't soft at all. It's got just enough bounciness and enough feel. So it's a really, really good controller. I would have a look at what they charge for these controllers and buy one of these separate. That way you can just use a Wii, which you can get for next to nothing these days, and you can just connect the controller to your Wii mode, use the emulators on there, and you're set. In fact, I might do a video on that. Yeah, I'll do a video on that later on. Okay, so that's that. The other one I really liked. I never liked Mario 2. I just didn't like it. It didn't feel like a Mario game to me. Mario 3 was good. And this I finished on emulation. I never owned it. Partly due to the Famicom clones, they were hard to get. A good copy of Mario on there for cheap. And this is also, when I played this on emulation, it blew my mind the fact that you can actually return, go back. They managed to fix the memory problem. Because you only have a certain amount of memory on the Wii, on the on the NES, so that's why Mario only scrolls to the side. It loads stuff in and out of the memory, and that's how it does it. So it saves on memory, and you can then get away with doing it. There's a lot of tricks that they use. For instance, the clouds in Super Mario Bros. If you have a look at the trees and the plants, they're the same thing, just upside down. So you get to save a few kilobytes by doing that. And that made all the difference, you know. A few kilobytes is all that you needed. This was one of the first games I actually learned about memory addressing, because what I did was I tried to cheat on it. So there was this memory mapping application, and you can like do searches and look at values that changes and things. So you can really mess with it. So you're always in a Tanuki suit. You can even have the underwater suit on land if you cheat like that. It breaks the game, sure. It's cool though. Ah! So judging from this, I'll say that it's a tremendously good emulation system that they've done, that they put the time in. I don't know what Tecmo Ball is here. I mean, sports game, seriously guys? Contra, Punch Out. By the way, if there's any requests that you want to see, just drop me a message. Kid Icarus. I never played Kid Icarus, not at all. Ice Climber. Played a bit of that. The only thing I disliked about Ice Climber was the fact you can't skip this intro sequence. By the time, you know, like 6 years old me saw that and it's like, oh, it's taking ages. I just want to play. And this is another game that solely exists to, oh, it's not penguins. It's not penguins. It's interesting. Oh yeah, okay, it makes it's US version. Japanese version penguins, Famiclones, South Africa penguins. Makes sense. We got to clobber penguins, not those snowman things. Bonus stage, I hardly ever finish these. And it's all for points anyway, so who cares? I must say his controller is the best part of it, by far. Come on. Get your backside up there now. Let's see if I can get the abominable snowman thing. If you like stay on the same level for too long, remember something happens. Do you know what this is missing? Galaxians and Galaga, I think, wasn't on here. I think one of them was, but not the other. Which is kind of bad, you know, that's one of the games that I would have expected to be on here. Come on. And he rebuilds it. That's interesting. You didn't just replace one brick, you replaced two. I'm sure with the penguins, if they actually pull the snow in front, it replaces one only. There we go, there's the bear, polar bear. And I'm dead. So they did replace the sprite for that as well, it looks like. I don't think that sprite's the same. I can remember it being the abominable snowman or something. Which is kind of cool. So it's got Gradius. It's got Galaga, not Galaxian. Okay. Galaga's cool too. I know it was Galaga that I was thinking of. This is the one that I enjoyed. So for anyone who doesn't play this, the trick with this game is you want to get captured the first one through so that you can capture yourself back and have two ships at the bottom. I had a guy at work who played this game to such a point where he actually, before that it stopped with spawning, come on, I'm not going to kill you, there we go, capture me. So before they'll actually stop after spawning, he'll have the whole thing cleared each and every time. The game was just no more challenge to him. So if I capture myself back, too late. If you capture yourself back, you can actually have two ships on. So I wasted a ship by driving into it because of the darn delay. So I mean this, he was so good that he would clear this. He would twitch the actual fights at the bottom every single time. It will take out 2 rows because he like twitched it, like did that. That guy was a legend. Still can't believe you can't reset it from the controller. You can do it on a second controller of a classic plugin. There must be something in the manual, I'll probably get that just now. So that's Final Fantasy on here, which is interesting, it's an interesting choice. Because you need infinite amount of time to play that. Let's try Ghosts and Goblins. They got rid of the penguins because of Peter being all like, it portrays animal abuse. Wasn't this long before? Why is there a third selection choice in Ghosts and Goblins? It's not. Anyway, didn't that happen like long before Peter existed? What's that choice? Anyway, Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to read up on it. I'll watch a video though. It sounds like a cool thing. It must be one of the ones that I forgot to watch. The world's worst armor. Anyone touches it and it just dies. This is another game that you can't play with any sort of delay on your controller. And I'm dead. You need fantastic skills and reflexes in this. I think James eventually finished this. And I said no, it took him years though. I mean, finish it as in played it twice. What's going on? Oh, so that's a two-player mode. Ah, you guys have it so lucky you can hear the sound. You know, that iconic dun, 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 dun. Pot plant. So there's a third option there that I chose. It was hidden now. That's kind of cool. I'm just going to do like short little tests now because we've looked at a machine and we know what the weaknesses are and stuff for it. Excite bike, I don't really want to do that. That's pretty boring. Balloon fight. Okay. Now. There's a version of this that was never available for NES anyway. Another game that only exists to screw over your friends. It's basically a Joust clone. Ow. This was one of the games that was on my original 35 in one cartridge. It's such a pity that cartridge got stolen, you know. I wish I could find it again, because I loved all of the games that was on there. Come on. No, you don't. Come on, guys, you're going to have to get to the center eventually. Bye. You see, I've played it too long, those spikes are out already. But I have to not take chances on this because there's a delay. Delay screws it over. Because you narrowly want to miss everything. So you can get as close as possible to those. Goodbye. Got him eventually. I wonder if I can show you the bonus stage. I guess not. I mean, there's been a few games that PETA has actually dropped in and freaked out about. I remember a few years ago they had that whole thing about Mario Bros, which really was dumb. Going on about the fact that how dare you stomp on innocent turtles. Bubble Bubble works well. This I played more on the arcade emulator main. I never found a machine here that actually had it on. But then again, I was in Ermelo, trust me, well, there wasn't too many arcade games and stuff there. Come on, give me the fruit. I think it wasn't popular in the arcades here because you can probably play this thing for hours on end with only a few coins if you memorize the patterns. So I need to go up. Oh, come on, missed him. Game over. Let's see. Donkey Kong everyone knows. Mario Double Dragon. Let's do some Gradius. It's another one of the games I never actually owned. Played the sequels today. Ah, it's seals. Yeah, it's not penguins, it's seals. You're actually 100% right that it was seals, not penguins in Ice Climber. The next thing I want to do with the next live stream is I want to see if I can't get the chat window to actually show up in the video. That will make it so much better for everyone. So, how long have we been streaming here? Hour, 3 minutes. I'll say let's take another couple seconds. Say let's do it up to an hour 15 about, and then I'm going to call it quits. I don't really want to show the arcade ports because the arcade stuff you would much rather play on arcade anyway. So let's do some Zelda. This is not what I would call the definitive version of Zelda. Definitive one is still the Famicom disk system. It has a FM synthesizer chip in it, which makes it sound amazing. No items. Thank you. I just love the soundtrack in Zelda. They did such a good job with it. Rupee! 1 rupee. can't afford anything you're selling, man. Sorry. You're way too expensive. I'm sure you don't have anything for 1 rupee. Ah, no, no. Can't shoot my sword of power. Ah, and I don't have a shield yet. Forgot about that. No! Found a lot. I hope so. Apparently the Famicom Mini has the disc version games, so I really hope that the Famicom Mini has the enhanced Zelda with the FM Sim. I want to buy a Famicom Mini, more so than the actual NES Mini, but I'd look online, if you buy one, that they're like 2,000 bucks if you import it. So they're just way too expensive. So maybe soon, you know, I mean, if I get some money, I definitely want to get one. And it's so nice on the Famicom Mini. The disk system games have a side A and a side B, so you have to like swap it over like you would do with the real Famicom disk system. The only thing that's negative for it is those tiny itty bitty controllers. Soon. And this isn't due to it, like, this is just me playing badly. So I'm talking, I'm playing. If these controllers are 150 bucks odd, I'm definitely buying myself one of them. It's really good. Even if I have to hack it to make it work on an actual NES, I'll get one. Because they're basically the exact same as the originals. Same feeling, same pad, same everything. And I'm dead. Which is awesome. So there's Link 2, which is that terrible platformer that I don't know why anyone play that. Let's try some Double Dragon quickly. Warrior. Double Dragon was this weird, on my 32 one was this weird sprite change game that they put on there. Well, it wasn't a 32 one, it was a second card. Can't remember what it was. It was something like 99 players or something. Some other rubbish like that. So far, I'm impressed by this. 1,000 bucks. So here's the thing. How much is it worth to you? How much entertainment will this give to you? These days, for 1,000 rand, it's what you expect to pay when you go to a really good restaurant somewhere and you take your girlfriend with them, and afterwards go see a movie. That's 1,000 rand. That'll give you about 5 hours of entertainment value and a meal. So this, for 800 bucks, if you take that special and pay for a McDonald's burger, will give you far more entertainment value and also a meal. So it's not badly priced. Okay, you can build better. I still think an emulation system is better than this. If you can get an Xbox with coin ops, it's far better than this. If you can get a Wii, load some emulators on it, that too is far better. Okay, that's nice. I can jump off and commit suicide. So where now? Oh, there's a jump. It's A and B combined. This is super awkward to do. Yeah, there we go, take that. Die. Oh, it's way on the next screen. Oh, boss screen. Come on. Die. Oh, he disappeared. Can I have your helmet? Yeah, well, just stand still so I can punch you and kill you. Did it freeze? No. Is it awkward jumping again? And I died. The fighting won't kill you in this, the jumping will. Okay, get on. We're just going to sit here with my head up your backside, you know. There you go. What a polite enemy. He doesn't like kick me off when I'm on a ladder. He like just stands there. Lets me rub my head all over his. Ah, chopper. I'm fighting a chopper. Oh, you can do it. Uppercut. Oh, I thought that was a pickup. Yeah, that's not bad. Anyway, I think I'm going to be calling this evening. I'm going to do one more test here. Then I'll find where I can put this nicely in my collection. Probably in the bedroom. The only problem is that this cord that they give you for the controller is like this long. It's like seriously, like that long. You know, it's why. Star Tropics. I don't remember that at all. What is this? Oh, that's a chopper. No. What is this? I never played this. Dr. Jones has his library. Oh, whatever. Oh, it's RPG. Weird game choice. Very weird game choice. Okay, it's like an RPG. It's not something that's going to be entertaining to watch for 3 or 4 minutes. Let me show you how bad I suck at Contra. I'm terrible at Contra. But this is Super C, it's not normal Contra. I don't know why they just didn't put on Contra. I think there's a license problem. I suck at Contra. I suck so bad at it. And this is supposed to be easier than normal Contra. I think Super C was supposed to be the easier one. That's how bad I suck at this. I really suck at that. There's nothing else here that I want to demo. I think that's all. Ah, come on. 2 minutes with Dr. Mario. The only memorable thing I know about Dr. Mario is the soundtrack. It looks like a good game. I just don't know it. Ah, I made a huge mistake there. Yeah, so I think that's all for me today. Star Tropics, I'll sit down and play for half an hour or so and see if it's any good. It's RPG, so you just need to sit down and plow through it. But so far, the NES Mini, it's not a bad system. $1,000 in South Africa, currently sold out everywhere. You can get them from Amazon. I think it's coming out when my Amazon Take a Lot, which is South African Amazon. So when my Take a Lot order was through, they said that they'll get the stock for me by 31st of November. So you can still get one for a Christmas present. The problem with that is it's not a guarantee, and also while I was there, like the intro video, a lot of you didn't see that. The intro video said while I was at Musica, they had two, so I thought I might as well grab them. Well, grab one of them for myself and save myself the trouble. I would get it. I would definitely get it for the simple fact that it has the controller, which is really good. I want to know how much they're going to charge for these afterwards, because I think it's an amazing little thing. But I just want to show you here the cord. That's the length of the cord. Take it this way. So if I go a bit back, that's the length of the cord. I mean, it's not even as long as my arm. It's a meter long cord. That is really dodgy from them. I mean, even the Famicoms have a longer cord than a meter. So they expect you to only plug this in when you want to use it, and plug it in and then put it on a table and play it like that. Similar to what the Famicom was expected to do, by the way. So that's the only negative thing I can say about this. The game selection is decent. It is a perfect console to get your now 6 or 7 year old kid. Show them the systems of games you played. But if you're in South Africa, you can't buy these controllers at the moment. These work fine. Okay, the classic controller, I plug mine in. It works 100%. Doesn't give me any hassles. And the home button even works. The other thing that I can complain is there's no home button on these, so you can't like go back in. As far as I know, I'll read the manual and see if there's no shortcut that you can do. I don't think there is, so that's the only negative thing that I can think of here. The menu design is intuitive. It has a good selection of games. It's a nice starter selection. The other thing I noticed is when you plug it in, it actually detects as a USB device, yet there's no drivers at the moment for it. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for them to actually reflash this. When you plug it into a PC and it detects as a USB device, it looks the same way as what the All-Winner Recovery, which is the chip that they use there. It's an All-Winner ARM chip. Recovery looks like. So there's a good possibility that you can put it into a recovery mode and then flash it. So there might be a DLC option there that Nintendo left themselves open for. And if that's the case, this would be phenomenally good. Because this little dual-core ARM could do SNES, no hassle. Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, SNES, it just won't do super effects and special games because it needs more power to emulate. It could possibly as well do N64 if they're prepared to actually port the game over and not fully emulate it, so that's a possibility. So they did leave themselves open for something. I'm not saying that's what they'll do, just that there's a possibility that's what's going on there. The other thing that I noticed with it is to reflash it you need a UART converter, so that's like $2, and you can reflash the Famicom version already using that to Linux, standard Linux kernel. They released the kernel and the source code and stuff for the Famicom version on Nintendo side, so give it 2 months and there will probably be an Act solution available for it. I don't think they'll be able to patch into the menu system that Nintendo already has on here, but I don't see why they won't just have dual boot of 2 firmware. Apparently there's more than enough storage space on the unit itself. I think it's 256 megabytes of storage is on here. So you can't get the whole collection. The whole collection of NES games is about 700 megs uncompressed. Compressed, maybe there's enough space for it, but you still need to add artwork and stuff. So maybe if you don't add the artwork, you can get away with it. So other than that, it's a real good system. I can see why people are excited for it. I get the excitement. Is it better than Orange Pi or Raspberry Pi running RetroPie? No. That has more games. You saw the emulation quality there. You can't see the difference. It's the same thing. If I put the two side by side and I overlay left and right, maybe you'll be able to see the difference. I personally don't think you'll be able to tell any difference at all. It's just my opinion. The only thing that you need to decide for yourself, and that's the thing you need to sit down and ask yourself, is it worth spending the money to give Nintendo some money back towards it? If you've already got a Wii or Wii U, and you've been buying these games or virtual console games already, I would not get this. It's not going to be any advantage for you. What I would get, and then there's finally we can see the little waiting menu. What I would get is I'll get this. This is going to be worth every cent. In my opinion, even if it's 150 bucks you buy to get the rubber silicon pads out of it to refurbish your controllers, this is worth it, because this is the exact feel, because it is exactly the same thing as what your original controller was. This is great. Is it worth the hype at the moment? No, it's not worth what people are hyping it up towards. And Nintendo needs to stop doing this silly thing where they release 50 units into the wild and they keep the rest at the warehouse for 2 months before releasing them. We know what you're doing. You don't manufacture new ones and then release it out. You've planned this in advance. You want to build the hype, so you just release like a few units per retailer. There was one story, I think it was Pat, the NES Punks, told me that one of the retailers ordered 200 of these things and they got 5. That's not right. That'll definitely cause all sorts of problems. I like the demo that this thing gives off. I wonder if to make it all display, if I put a little screen on it and keep it in a little glass box to just constantly demo games. That would be cool. I like this unit. I like what Nintendo wanted to do with it. I like the way they're doing it. Um, Keeping a console open might be completely wrong. Uh, it's wishful thinking on my side, but I hope it's the case. If not, we can just run the recovery software from Allwinner and recover the firmware into something else, probably a hacked or cracked version. That's good. Look, Nintendo, you started getting the right things here. Even though you're really pandering to the members, you remember? Sort of crowd, but I'm a firm believer that there's absolutely nothing wrong with pandering to nostalgia. We all grew up and we all like nostalgia things. My father used to like his nostalgia things too. Whether that was collecting little cars or stuff, everyone has it. And just because our generation is the first generation of internet that we can talk about it doesn't mean it's a bad thing. So, in my opinion, should you get one? Ask yourself either this or a Raspberry Pi, or if you don't already have a solution, then get it. Get the Raspberry Pi first or the coin-ops machine first, and then get one of these. Okay, that's me, HP Zeta. If you're new to the channel and stuff, I'd greatly appreciate it if you if you subscribe, or even just leave a comment, or just press the thumbs up if you're still unsure if you want to subscribe or not. Subscribing just means that my little videos will come up in your newsfeed. Whenever I do a live stream, which is on really short notice, it'll come up in your newsfeed. So it's worthwhile doing if you enjoy this sort of stuff. But yeah, that's all from me, HP Zeta, and until next time, cheerio.